Germany who don't know who is Boris Nemzow, how would you describe your father?
I hope that lots of people know who Boris Nemzow was. For me, he is my father. He was a leading opposition leader in Russia, but his career is very unique because he started as a physicist and he wanted to win the Nobel Prize for physics. Then, in times of perestroika, he switched to social activities and politics in the city of Nizhny Novgorod because he started as their part of their ecologic movement against the construction of a nuclear plant within the city, and he became really popular. And in 1990, he was elected to the still Soviet parliament. So, and thus he started his political career, and my grandma, his mother, contributed a lot because she wanted him to join this ecologic movement in Nizhny Novgorod. She was a doctor, and she was strictly against the construction of a nuclear plant within Nizhny Novgorod after Chernobyl. But my father was also a statesman. He was the governor of Nizhny region. He was appointed by Yeltsin in 1991 and then re-elected in 1995. Then he was appointed as the first prime minister of the Russian government. Then he was elected to the State Duma, and he became the leader of a liberal faction in the State Duma, which is the Russian parliament. And when Putin came to power, he lost the parliamentary elections in 2003, and he switched to business. But he couldn't stay in business because, by nature, he was a politician. He was a fighter for human rights. He was a fighter for free Russia. That's why in 2006 he decided to come back to politics as the leader of the opposition.
How would you describe the situation in the moment in Russia?
I think that I have nothing to add to what has already been said. Today, lots of people were here that describe the situation in Russia. The bad tendencies and what worries me and lots of people who were here today is the absence of freedom. Because I think, and lots of people share this view, that freedom is essential for development, social, economic, political. We don't have freedom, and we have lots of victims among those people who try to protect basic human rights and freedoms in Russia. But at the same time, today, I know that in Germany, as well as in many other European countries, lots of people know only one political and social figure, that is Vladimir Putin. But it's not all Russia. Russia is a diverse country. It has lots of intelligent, courageous politicians, social activists, writers, and today you saw how diverse Russia was. And I think that we put a lot of hope on these people who are going to one day, hope, probably in the near future, to change our country and to be back on the right track, which is, in my estimation, democratic, free, based with a market economy country.
Today you gave the first time away the Boris Nemzow Prize. What does it mean for you? Is it just a memory or a hope too, or both?
For me, it's very personal, as well as my undertaking with the Boris Nemzow Foundation, because I loved my father and I still love my father and I admire my father. But I think that, yes, this is a very sad event and sad prize because it holds the name of Boris Nemzow, who was killed in front of the Kremlin walls, and it also awarded for people who show exceptional courage in fighting for democratic rights in Russia. I don't believe that people should be required courage to freely express their viewpoints, to criticize our government, any government, or to reveal the facts of corruption and lies. But you see that there are very many courageous people in Russia, and that's why this prize is also we have some hope in this prize, and this hope is associated with those people like Lev Schlossberg, the first laureate, who are fighting for better Russia.
If you could say something for the Russian people who are living in Germany, because they are totally under the propaganda of Russia today, for example, they're listening to these channels. If you could say something to them, what would you say?
I think that it requires time to understand where there are lies and where there is truth. If they want to believe in lies, they believe in it. I understand why it's happening. It's very difficult psychological, I think, thing behind their love for Putin. But I think that one day will come, then lots of people will understand what the reality was. We have to be very patient and to wait.
Just the last sentence, your view in the future, what do you hope for Russia and especially for the development like your foundation?
I have very positive hopes for the foundation and for Russia because this foundation serves Russia's interests.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much.